Shalewa.
This will quick yeah. Papa carry and come pay money where they Oscar.
Hi, this is Sam. Welcome to the Film Village. Shanty Town starts by introducing us to the small Shangisha community in the year 2004. Early one morning, Inem's mother wakes up. She also wakes up her twin daughters. She reminded them of the first thing they should always do whenever they wake up, and that is to pray. She asks them to say a prayer. Suddenly, there is an explosion outside. Quickly, she asks them to get up and run. As they were about to run, one of the bandits enters with a pistol. Mama Inem starts to beg that she has no money, nothing to offer. The bandit says, "You have something sweet to offer me." She asks her to take off her wrapper and go naked for him. As they were begging, a guy comes in with a log of wood. He hits the bandits on the head, he falls to the ground. Mama Inem and her two daughters were rescued. As they were running, we see the havoc being done to the community by the rest of the gunmen. Suddenly, they get to the riverbank. As they were entering the canoe, the gunman that entered their room earlier shoots at them, and he killed the rescuer and Inem's sister, one of the twins. Before he dies, the rescuer managed to push the canoe into the sea for the mother to quickly paddle off. The bandit walks to the river and shoots the rescuer until he's confirmed dead. Inem's mother keeps paddling further into the sea, crying. Suddenly, another group of bandits meets them from behind. The bandits group boss mockingly greeted them. Then he called Scar. He told Scar to finish them off. Scar stands, points the gun at the mother and daughter. He just stood there, frozen. As Inem and the mother hugs themselves tightly, Scar gets emotional and he could no longer shoot. Now we are taken to 18 years later, in the year 2020. We are shown inside a drug lab. Some naked girls and guys are packing drugs, while others are counting money. Now, this scene has a lot of nudity, so prepare your mind for that. As the camera pans around the room, we also see Scar, 18 years older than the last time we saw him. This time, as the boss, he was receiving oral sex from Ashanti, one of his girls. His phone rings, he picks it up, and someone informed him that accountant has arrived. Scar asks Colorado to open the door for him. The accountant comes in. They give him a suitcase full of money. Then he also requests to see the book. Scar gives him the book. After examining the book, he confirms everything to be in order. Then the accountant's phone rings. It was Chief calling. After the call, he told Scar that Chief wants to see him and he should be there by 8 o'clock, no more, no less, then leaves. Since everything has gone well with the accounts, balancing and all, Scar and his men begins to celebrate. Next, we see Amanda speaking with a prison warder, Diofumi. She told Amanda that what she is about to do is total madness. Amanda says, "Call me Inem." The warder replies, "That is not even how Inem speaks." The warder then starts chewing gum. Amanda asked that she should give her one. She did, and as Amanda begins to chew, she changed and begins to imitate a prostitute. Here, it appears she is about to go undercover. The warder is impressed with her acts. Amanda told the warder that what she is about to do is not a joke to her, and to embark on the mission, she will need a few things. The warder asks what she needs. Amanda replies, a pack of cigarettes and a phone call. Next, we go to Shanty Town where Scar lives. We see the types of people and children that lives there, and that people shoot gun anyhow even in the streets. As Scar gets home, many young children were already waiting for him. Before he enters his building, Scar brings out a bundle of cash and sprays it for all. Then, we see Scar in his office. Colorado, Scar's bodyguard, comes to tell Scar that he has a visitor. He says Jackie is around. Scar asks him to let her in. As she enters, she is terrified of Scar. So Scar asks if Mommy T has broken Jackie's covenant with Shanty Town. She answered yes. Scar stands up and he begins to unzip his trouser as he walks close to Jackie. He starts telling Jackie how much Shanty Town will miss her and how much he personally will miss her. He makes a tour of her body, even pressing some. Then Scar goes back to his seat. He brings out an envelope and a gun. He points both to Jackie and says, "For freedom, for her service to Shanty Town." Jackie only collects the brown envelope, not the gun. She then walks away in tears of relief and happiness. She is finally free. Downstairs, the other girls and guys that work for Scar are having a fun party. Ene gets up, turns off the music, then make an announcement that by the power vested upon her by Scar, she is officially declaring Jackie free. As she was about to continue speaking, her phone rings. She picks the call and was surprised to hear Amanda's voice. On phone, Amanda calls herself Inem, not Amanda. Ene did not call her by name. Instead, she pretended as if she was speaking with a customer. She calls the person Alaji. After walking away from the party place, she asked Amanda, or let's just call her Inem. She asked Inem, how is it possible for her to reach her? Inem says she has been released from prison on good behavior. Ene asks her where she wants to go, and Inem replies that after 10 years of prostitution, she has nothing for herself and she also has nowhere to go. Ene asks her to wait, that she would come pick her up. Inem is making the call clearly for Warden to hear. Before dropping the call, Inem turns to the Warden, then asks Ene a question. She says, how about Scar? Ene pauses for a while, looks around, then tells her they will talk about it when they meet. Then we see Shalewa and Jackie discussing. Shalewa says she hopes to also leave one day. As soon as she finishes paying her debt to Scar in the coming months, she will be free. Jackie advised Shalewa to pay Scar from her savings because the longer she stays there, the more she will become like the other prostitutes. Shalewa becomes speechless. Jackie promised to lend her the money to pay Scar so she can also leave ASAP. Inem meets with Inem and they both hug. Inem still appears shocked somehow. She told Inem that Scar told her that she is dead. Inem gets angry. She told Ene that Scar is the reason for her being in prison for 3 years and he could not even come to see her. She started raining curses on Scar, saying Scar owes her and must pay. Ene asks her to calm down. She dips her hand in her bag and brings out a brown envelope. Inem asks what for. Ene says she should take and lay low for a while. Inem gets angry. She says why would she go away? She has no father or mother to go to, so why should she go? She says Shanty Town is her home and no one can scare her off. She has returned to stay in Shanty Town and that is what she will do. Inem calms her down, asks her to enter the taxi and then take her to Shanty Town. Next, Colorado stops Shalewa from entering Scar's office. Scar asks what's wrong. Colorado brings her in after manhandling her a bit. Shalewa told Scar she has come to pay for her freedom. She keeps repeating it, this time adding sir. I have come to pay for my freedom, sir, while stretching some bundles of money in a bag at Scar. Scar collects the money, opens it, and then says, Shalewa, we both know you have never made such money in your life. Have you been stealing from me? Shalewa says no, sir. She revealed that it was Jackie that lent her the money, and she added to it so she can pay up her father's debt and buy her freedom away from Shanty. Scar confirms that truly her father is owing him 500,000 and the money covers it. He then requested for Shalewa's own debt. Shalewa is shocked. Scar begins to calculate how much Shalewa owes. He adds up all her feeding expenses, 3,000 naira per day for 3 years, abortion expenses, gonorrhea and syphilis treatments, and the care Ene had been giving her, including security and insurance, plus interest on her father's debt, including Mama T's protection for 3 years, all amounting to 15 million naira. Shalewa begins to cry that it's impossible for her to prostitute herself so much as to raise 15 million naira to pay that debt. Scar then makes it clear to her that he owns her for life and there is no way she will ever leave Shanty Town. And any day that the idea of settling her debt ever crosses her mind again, she would be killed. He then sends her out. Scar takes his bath along with his goons. They visit Mama T, who enhance them with charms, wishing them safe journey on the mission they are going on. Scar leaves the building. Just a minute after leaving, Inem and Ene arrives, missing Scar by just minutes. Episode 1 ends. Please subscribe to this channel so you don't miss our recap on episode 2 and the rest. Thank you for watching. I am Sam and this is the Film Village.